Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Black Eagle from Snake Beater, back with a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm going to be doing another Apex video. Apex Legends, loving this game at the moment. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be giving you 8 tips to help you win games with randomers. So these 8 tips that I honestly think will help you when you jump into a solo queue and you're playing by yourself and you get put up with some randomers you've never played with. So if you do enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like button. It helps me so much and makes me know that you're enjoying these type of videos and whatnot. Comment down below so I know who's watching. I love seeing the support. I love feedback, anything that you think that can help me become a better YouTuber. And please subscribe, because subscribing obviously makes me keep making videos in the first place. But anyway, apart from that, let's jump straight into the video. So tip number 1, have a wide range of legends you can play. So when you come up into the legend selection, obviously you got 3 legends that are going to get picked. You ideally need to know how to play 3 legends, because worst case scenario, you could be the last pick. And if you only main, say, Bloodhound, for example, you're going to be a bit screwed if the first person picks Bloodhound. I mean, I've had it in my experience where I've had my 2 main champs, which is Lifeline and Bloodhound, get picked. So then you just got to think outside the box. So ideally you should probably learn 3, because it's the best way to work around it, because you never know who you're going to come up against. You never know who you're going to get matched with. So really, worst case scenario, I would try and learn 3 legends, just so that way, if you ever get in that situation, you are covered. Tip number 2, don't be afraid to swap the Jumpmaster. Now I say this because the amount of times you jump into a game with somebody, and I've been the Jumpmaster, I'll lead the way, and then they'll just bugger off somewhere else, and I'm like, oh mate, cheers, see you later then, yeah? You ideally want to stick together, so that's why I always say, like, it's kind of worth it swapping it to somebody, because if you know deep down that you're not going to ditch your teammates, then you might as well, because you never know who you're going to get paired up with. You could be paired up with the biggest douchebag in the freaking Apex Legends community. You're still going to need to stick around with him, because you're going to need to try and keep him alive. You need to work together in this game. It's not a solo game. If you're jumping around in solos, unless you're one of the pro players, that ain't going to work for you. So tip number 2, don't be afraid to swap the Jumpmasters. Tip number 3, ping everything. I mean it, literally ping everything. As soon as you land down, ping anything, you know. Ping what building you're going to go into. Ping any weapons you find that you are not using. Ping equipment that you've already got, body armor, helmets, you know. Keep a close eye on what your teammates have, things like that, you know. You need to make sure that you are offering out things that you don't need. Obviously sort yourself out to start with, I mean, that's a no-brainer. But say for example, I pick up a wingman, and I keep running past wingmen, I'm going to obviously offer it out to other people. I'm going to say, right, anybody want this wingman, because it's just sat here, I've already got one, so you might as well help yourself, guys, you know. It makes more sense to just ping everything, and then literally you can go from anything from ammo, weapons, attachments, heals. Just keep pinging it all, because at the end of the day, communication's massive in this game. It's so easy to do, so it doesn't matter what device you're on, console, PC, you should be pinging it. So tip number 3, ping everything. Let's go on to tip number 4 then. Tip number 4, share loot. So when it comes to picking up loot in loot crates after a fight, I mean, you're always going to get that one loot whore who's just there looting and looting and looting and taking everything. But in my personal opinion, if I can see one of my teammates has got a regular body armor, I might say, alright mate, here you go, have the purple. I'll stick blue, that's alright, no biggie. You know, ammo for example as well, just, you know, share it all out. Don't just go be like, oh, I'm going to take literally everything. You know, Phoenix kicks or anything like that. Offer them out, ping them in the loot crates. Don't just go, alright, this is the loot crate, I'm going to loot this as quick as possible, head on to the next one and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have all the gear, they're going to have nothing, and then they're going to probably die because of the fact they can't heal up. And you're just sat there with like 5 fucking Phoenix kits, like, oh yeah, check me out, you know? You need to share the loot, because you're not going to win a game if you are hogging all the loot. So tip number 4, share loot. Okay, tip number 5, always revive your teammates when safe to do so. So when I say this, if one of your teammates goes down and they're crawling around and whatnot, okay, don't feel you've got to go pick them up straight away. you've got plenty of time. They're not going to die straight away. Fair enough if they've just gone down and you're running over to try and save them, as in you're going to try and kill the person that's shooting their dead body or doing a finisher. But don't feel like, if they're sat in a nice little safe corner, don't feel you've got to pick them up straight away. I find that some people in a random game, you might try and revive someone a lot more than you would do if you work with your teammates, because you've not got the communication. So I might be like, oh crap, I need to pick him up or he's going to leave the game, sort of thing. Don't feel like that. End of the day, they're not dead completely. So honestly, what I would do, in my personal opinion, clear up the fight first, then go pick them up. And then that's where I come back into like sharing the loot. Don't loot straight away. Pick up your teammate. Be fair. You know, give them a chance to loot as well. Because at the end of the day, they're going to need the heals as well. So it's always worth just reviving when you've got the time and you're safe. So tip number 5. Always revive your teammates when safe to do so. Alright, we don't want to be no heroes around here, alright? Tip number 6. So tip number 6 is to retrieve the banner as best as you can. Now, say for example your teammate's completely dead, okay? You haven't got very long until your teammate loses their patience and leaves the game. I've had it before where I understand completely if you're dead completely, you can't get the banner retrieved at all, then fair enough, I would leave the game. But I've had it before where my teammates, I've died, and my 2 teammates have decided to just keep looting bodies. I'm pinging it, I'm going ping, 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 you know, I'm going wild, and my teammates are just looting and looting, and they leave it to the last 10 seconds to come and get me. And then guess what happens? They don't get there in time, I die, they carry on in the game, and I'm like, cheers mate, you know, you've just literally left me to die, and now I'm fuming. So honestly, in my personal opinion, if someone has died, my first priority is to go get their banner, because then that does show that I've got the banner, I am going to get you, let me quickly pick up some loot, I'll go get you if there's one's close by, and then we can get you back in the game. Because if you do leave it too long, they're going to quit, and then you're not going to have the chance of getting that teammate back in the game, and we all know you need numbers in this game. Running around with 2 people, or 1 person at the end of the game versus a 3-man team, it ain't going to end well, is it? So let's use our brains here. Let's show them that we are going to get them eventually. We will do it. And obviously another top tip is, if your teammate has picked up their banner already, you can go head to the respawn point, guys. End of the day, it doesn't matter who's picked up the banner, you can respawn them in. So if my teammate's there picking up the banner, I could be waiting by the respawner and get them back into the game straight away. So that's just another little tip, side tip, chucked in at the side there. So tip number 6. Try and retrieve your teammate's banner as quick as possible. Tip number 7. Tip number 7 is to keep a close eye on the bottom left-hand side of the screen where it shows your teammates. And that was a bit of a mouthful, wasn't it? Basically, just keep an eye on your bottom left-hand side of the screen. So in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, obviously you've got all our names. I don't actually know what to call it. I feel like I want to say it's a banner. It's not their banner, but it's there, you know. You can see the names, you can see the armor, you can see their kit. Now, the thing I say, obviously, keep an eye on it. If you're a little bit split and you hear some gunfire and you're not 100% sure whether that's your teammate or not, if you look in the bottom left, if they're shooting their gun, you get like a little burst around it and it shows, which I'll have on the screen right now, obviously. It shows you that they're currently shooting at somebody. So that gives you, that highlights to you that they're in a fight and you need to get your ass over there now, ASAP. Because either they're taking shots because they see somebody, or they're getting attacked and then now they're fighting back. So it's pretty like decent of yourself to start thinking, right, I can see they're shooting, I need to go now, get my ass over there now, don't hang around, go, or they're gonna die and then that's it, end of the game for them, and watch them rage quit because they're like, oh, my teammate didn't help me, you know. That's the type of thing you're gonna get. And then the last tip I've got, which is tip number 8. If a match goes really well for you, okay, team up with someone after the game if it goes well. I say this because honestly, if you've got a really good teammate who's pinging when there's enemies around you, pinging where to go, you know, sharing loot, whatnot, end of the day, you've got yourself a pretty sick teammate. You've just worked well together. Why the hell are you not pairing back up? Why are you going, right, cheers Jimmy, have a nice day, mate. You know, we came second. See you in a bit, mate, yeah? fair enough, you got to go offline, but at the end of the day, if you and Jimbo might be best friends now. That's honestly my personal opinion. Like, who cares, like, if you just met them online? You know, if you're a good team, you're a freaking good team, man. Pair up with them. Invite them to your party, you know. Get communications going. That is honestly my personal opinion. I honestly do think if you work well with somebody online, you might as well play with them in the future, because then you might end up making a really good friend. And that's the good thing about this community, is the fact that you can make friends on these games, which you will play with for like a lot more hours than you do with your real mates in real life, sort of thing. So yeah, tip number 8 is to if you play with someone decent, don't feel like you can't pair up with them. I hope you guys have enjoyed those tips. That's 8 tips. I really hope they have helped you. Obviously, you know, people are going to have their own different tips. These are just 8 tips, in my opinion, that I honestly will help you become the champion that you want to be at the end of the game, you know, and will help you win those games. Like, it's going to help you so much more if you try and follow these tips. If you have enjoyed the video, obviously make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe, guys. Apart from that, this has been Snake Beater, and we are out of here.